Have a look at these 15 unforgettable moments when wild creatures stole the spotlight on The Tonight Show.
But maybe he caught the monologue earlier or something. Okay.
From 1962 to 1992, Johnny Carson made The Tonight Show the most watched late-night program in America. And some of his most memorable segments happened when things got completely unpredictable with live animal guests.
I left my heart in San Francisco. I? No, I. Just because Johnny likes that one, huh? Okay, I left.
Growing up watching Johnny Carson, I learned to recognize the signs. Joan Embery from the San Diego Zoo would walk out, or Jim Fowler from Wild Kingdom would appear, and you'd know something hilarious was about to unfold.
You're not scared.
These weren't scripted comedy bits, and that was the point. Watch the video till the end to enjoy the funniest animal moments in the show history. Number 15, the Pygmy Marmoset.
He's just getting comfortable.
Well, I can't sit here the rest. I can't sit and talk to people with an animal on my head.
Joan Embery brought a tiny pygmy marmoset onto the show, and the little monkey had other plans beyond sitting politely. During the segment, this miniature primate leaped from Joan's arm straight onto Johnny's head, and that's when things took an unexpected turn. The marmoset decided to mark its territory right there on national television, relieving himself on Johnny Carson's head in front of millions of viewers.
Okay, I guess you can probably remove him from there if you want to.
Joan's cheerful explanation afterward made the moment absolutely priceless. She described the monkey as being content and simply marking its territory as if this was the most normal thing in the world, while Johnny's expression said everything.
That's its tendency to go to the highest point.
High place, yeah.
Right.
Look at that.
Live television meant no second takes and no editing. Joan Embery appeared on The Tonight Show somewhere between 70 and 100 times over her career, bringing nearly 500 different creatures. But that Pygmy Marmoset earned its place in television history. Number 14. The Bush Dog.
Ah, now that is a very big rat.
No, this is a bush dog.
A bush dog?
And they're an endangered species.
Can you hear it?
Hunt in packs. Hey, you a talk? You a good girl, huh? You good?
Aww.
Huh?
Back in 1975, Joan Embery walked out with a bush dog, and something about this particular animal just tickled Johnny in the right way. Right there in the middle of the interview, Johnny broke into an improvised song about the bush dog with no warning and no preparation, just pure comedic instinct taking over. The audience ate it up while Joan tried her best to keep things on track as this legendary host serenaded a confused canine. Carson could pivot from sophisticated wit to silly spontaneity in a heartbeat, and this moment captured exactly why that mattered. The bush dog just stood there wondering what all the fuss was about while Johnny committed fully to his musical moment. You can't manufacture these kinds of unplanned bits because they happen when a talented comedian trusts his instincts and isn't afraid to look ridiculous on national television. Number 13. Kubor. The Albino Koala Goes Climbing. April 1986 brought one of the most visually striking animal guests to The Tonight Show when Joan Embery introduced Kubor, an incredibly rare albino koala.
All right,
You
here, look
don't
at that.
see them until they're almost 6 months old.
See, that's one of those animals that always gets the, ah. certain animals that do that.
Exactly, and she's so precious.
Most animal segments involve the guest sitting nicely on the desk or in someone's lap, but Kubor had other ideas. This adventurous marsupial climbed right up the set tree, giving the audience a full nature documentary experience in the middle of a late-night talk show.
His name is Kubor, and he's about 18 months old, so he's just reaching his full maturity. And they weigh up to about 25 pounds.
He's in no hurry at all, is he?
And when they're babies, they'll ride on the back of the female. So when she crawls around, they're sitting right here on her back.
How big is the pouch? I mean...
The pouch would hold...
Johnny's face as this white koala scrambled up the scenery was priceless, torn between fascination and concern about what else might happen. Would the koala come down? Would it go higher? Was there a plan B? And these are the questions running through a host's mind when wildlife decides to improvise. Kubor eventually came down safely, but not before creating one of the most memorable visual moments from Joan's many appearances. And the image of that snow-white koala clinging to the studio tree is pure television magic. Number 12. The European ferrets create controlled chaos.
Okay, this is the latest, one of the latest rages in the pet world.
I know what these are, ferrets.
Right, this is
Ferrets.
European ferret. And they have been domesticated in Europe where they're used for hunting.
On July 30th, 1976, Joan Embery brought 2 European ferrets to demonstrate their rodent hunting abilities, and anyone who knows ferrets knows they're bundles of energy with minds of their own. These 2 didn't disappoint, turning the demonstration into organized chaos as they romped around the set, doing pretty much everything except the calm, controlled demonstration Joan had probably planned. Ferrets are naturally mischievous, and these 2 were in their element, darting here and there and investigating everything as they basically turned the segment into a comedy of errors.
They're kept as pets
There we are.
because they're very humorous. The term ferret out comes from their inquisitive nature. In this tube, we will show you their greatest adaptation, which is going into rodent tunnels. You have to kind of encourage. They are able to hunt rodents. It's turning around. It's going to turn around in the tube.
Johnny tried to maintain some semblance of control over the interview, but staying composed when 2 hyperactive weasel-like creatures are causing mayhem right in front of you is asking the impossible. The audience loved every second of the disorder because sometimes the best television happens when plans completely fall apart. Number 11. Howard the Parrot's Infectious Laughter. December 17th, 1976, gave us Howard the Parrot, and this bird had one trick that absolutely destroyed everyone in the studio. Howard could laugh, not just any laugh, but a perfect ha-ha-ha that sounded disturbingly human. And when that bird let loose, Johnny Carson completely lost it. The audience cracked up, and even the crew was laughing.
Where were you during the monologue? I got it.
Something about a parrot with such perfect comedic timing is wonderfully absurd. And every time Howard laughed, it triggered another wave of genuine laughter from everyone else. Johnny tried to continue the interview, but kept getting derailed by this feathered comedian. And this segment showcased one of Carson's greatest qualities, his authentic reactions. That was real joy and real laughter, not just acting for the camera.
Howard,
Well, 23 is good do, Howard.
Howard, do a cat. Howard, do a cat. Do a cat, Howard.
Howard the Parrot proved you don't need complex jokes or elaborate setups when you've got a bird with impeccable comic delivery. Number 10. Sherpa the baby mountain lion gets remote controlled.
Hunt, and if you bring out
They gave me this remote control device. And
mechanical rabbit,
they'll set it out there. Ready? Yeah. A born hunter. This thing would starve in the wild, Joan. What do you... I thought this animal was going to attack this,
In April 1986, Joan Embery introduced Sherpa, an adorable baby mountain lion, and Johnny decided to have some fun. These big cat cubs look like oversized house cats, but they're already showing hunting instincts, which Johnny tested by grabbing a remote-controlled toy and operating it near the young mountain lion. Sherpa's instincts kicked in immediately as the cubs stalked the toy and pounced on it, giving everyone a preview of what a formidable beast it would become.
Do not have little wheels.
The segment worked because it combined "aw, cute baby animal" with "wow, that thing is going to be dangerous when it grows up" in one package. Johnny narrated the action like a wildlife documentary while adding his own commentary to Sherpa's hunting display. And the baby mountain lion took the whole thing very seriously, completely focused on conquering this strange mechanical prey. Meanwhile, the audience got to see both the adorable side and the wild side of this young predator. And you don't get moments like this on any other talk show. Number 9. The Burmese python gets comfortable.
She weighs about, she weighs about.
On April 26, 1986, Joan's large Burmese python decided that Johnny Carson made an excellent perch. These snakes can grow to over 15 feet long, and this one was substantial. So watching Joan drape the python around Johnny's shoulders while he processed the situation was television gold. Here was one of television's coolest customers, the man who could handle any interview situation, dealing with a massive constrictor using him as a tree branch. The python settled in and got comfortable because these snakes don't care about television schedules or audiences. Johnny maintained his composure, but you could detect just a hint of "I didn't sign up for this" in his expression while the audience watched this scene unfold in amazement.
If only in real life. What a fantasy.
The python eventually was removed without incident, but that image of Johnny wearing a living scarf that could probably squeeze a deer lingered in everyone's mind. Number 8. Baby Gorilla and Carol the Elephant double feature. January 9th, 1987 was a 2-for-1 special when Joan Embery brought both a baby gorilla and an elephant named Carol.
This is the first time.
Jim. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's all right.
Baby gorillas are absolutely fascinating because they're so clearly intelligent and expressive, showing personality and reacting in ways where you can see them thinking. But then adding an elephant into the mix meant the segment could go anywhere. The baby gorilla interacted with Johnny while Carol the elephant waited patiently nearby, and elephants on television sets are always impressive simply because their massive size makes you suddenly realize how small everything else is by comparison.
You don't have to peel these or anything?
Johnny moved between both animals, giving each attention while probably calculating in his head how many things could go wrong with a young ape and a multi-ton pachyderm sharing his stage. Number 7. Jim Fowler's Flying Squirrel, Gibbon, Cheetah, and Camel Circus. On May 11th, 1977, Jim Fowler from Wild Kingdom arrived with not 1, not 2, but 4 different species, including a flying squirrel, a white-handed gibbon, a cheetah, and a camel. This wasn't a segment anymore. This was a zoo's worth of animals on a talk show set, and Joan Embery was also there, creating an animal expert team-up.
Well, it looks like a little squirrel.
Oh, now, that's right. That's what it is. It's a little flying squirrel. Whoops. I'll let him stay in there.
Let him stay in there.
The flying squirrel demonstrated its gliding abilities and probably terrified everyone in the front row, while the gibbon showed off its incredible arm reach and acrobatic abilities.
These are extremely powerful, Johnny, when they're full grown.
That's a male, isn't it?
Yeah,
When you've been in the jungle as long as I have, my powers of perception immediately said that's a male. Yeah.
The cheetah reminded everyone why it's the fastest land animal, and the camel brought attitude because camels always bring attitude. Jim Fowler had to manage all these creatures while giving interesting information and keeping Johnny engaged, which was like watching a one-man circus act disguised as an educational segment. The beauty of these Jim Fowler appearances was that he made it look easy, even when surrounded by enough wildlife to fill a nature preserve. Number 6. The Porcupine, Badger, and Cheetah Trio. June 15, 1978, brought another Jim Fowler multi-animal extravaganza, this time showcasing a porcupine, a badger, and another cheetah. Each of these animals is fascinating for different reasons. Since porcupines are nature's pincushions with terrible attitudes, badgers are famously aggressive and tough, and cheetahs are beautiful but powerful predators. So putting them all on one stage was a recipe for compelling television. Jim handled each animal with expert confidence while explaining their unique characteristics, as Johnny kept a safe distance from anything with quills, teeth, or claws. The porcupine probably got the biggest reaction because those quills looked genuinely threatening up close. And the badger, true to its reputation, seemed less than thrilled to be there. The cheetah, magnificent and sleek, represented the exotic danger that made these segments so exciting, and Jim Fowler had a gift for making dangerous animals seem manageable, though the audience never quite relaxed. That tension between safety and potential chaos kept everyone engaged. Number 5. Opossums, turkey vulture, and young tigers.
Dumb animal.
I think we've got something.
Why don't they? They're really dumb. These are two of the dumbest animals. What? They're walking, sitting in their food. Any animal that likes this is dumb. I'm not hurting this animal, right? They must understand that. They like this.
January 31st, 1980, featured Jim Fowler presenting opossums, a turkey vulture, and a pair of young tigers in a segment that lasted approximately 62 minutes, which tells you how much content they got from these animals. Opossums are often underestimated creatures with fascinating survival strategies, and the turkey vulture, with its bald red head and impressive wingspan, brought that slightly creepy but ecologically important vibe. But those young tigers were the stars.
Wait a minute now, look. You got to hold it higher than your head. That's right. Very good. Now I'm going to try something that...
Tiger cubs are deceptively powerful because they look playful and cute, while already practicing the skills that will make them apex predators. Johnny got to interact with them under Jim's careful supervision, experiencing firsthand how strong even young tigers are. And the audience watched with a mixture of delight and nervousness as these future lords of the jungle tumbled around the Tonight Show stage.
I don't believe that.
Fantastic.
I seem to have startled the tiger.
Put it right out here in the front, Johnny. Well, don't get too close to the tiger. That's all right. That's all right. Just relax.
Jim Fowler explained their biology and behavior while simultaneously making sure nobody got scratched or bitten, and it was educational programming disguised as entertainment, or maybe entertainment disguised as education. But either way, it worked brilliantly. Number 4. Ed McMahon's interesting opening.
Those little lions, the little baby lions, were 1 year old.
That's right.
They are now treacherous and ferocious.
Anyway, Joan Embery is here tonight.
And she's now 32.
That's right.
April 8, 1977 became famous for multiple reasons when Ed McMahon appeared visibly affected by refreshments during the opening desk bit. The network played it for laughs, since Ed was beloved enough that the audience found his condition amusing rather than concerning. But that episode also featured Joan Embery bringing her usual lineup of fascinating creatures. The combination of Ed's memorable state and the animal segments created one of those Tonight Show episodes that people still talk about all these years later. Joan's animal friends provided plenty of distraction and entertainment, giving the show multiple directions to go, and it was the kind of unpredictable television that made The Tonight Show legendary.
Some of the animals you had as babies are now 10 years old.
That would be about right.
You never quite knew what would happen next, and that uncertainty kept millions tuning in night after night. Number 3, the bat that hit the ceiling. March 27, 1987, gave us perhaps Jim Fowler's most famous moment when he brought bats, which was already asking for trouble in an enclosed television studio. One of the bats escaped and flew up to the studio ceiling, and watching Johnny Carson's reaction was priceless, as his expression went from composed host to "there's a bat loose in here and I don't like it" in about 2 seconds.
The fruit with their sight and also sense of smell.
The bat circled around the ceiling while Jim tried to recapture it. Johnny tried to maintain some professionalism, and the audience couldn't decide whether to laugh or worry. Eventually, the bat was safely retrieved, but not before creating one of the most memorable unscripted moments in the show's history. And Jim Fowler appeared 40 times on Carson's show, but that bat escape topped them all.
One more thing.
That man dropped a bat on me, a big bat.
Nature always keeps a surprise or two in reserve, no matter how experienced the animal expert. And the phrase "hit the ceiling" became literal that night as both Johnny and the bat reached new heights of panic and altitude respectively. Number 2, Betty White and the Baby Elephant. In October 1978, Betty White walked onto The Tonight Show with Dandi, a 4-year-old baby elephant. Though baby is relative when you're talking about elephants. Dandi was still large enough to be impressive, but young enough to be playful. And the elephant affectionately wrapped her trunk around Johnny, creating one of those images that perfectly captured the magic of these animal segments.
Dandi, come here to me.
What is she doing?
She just wants to give you a love.
Betty White, already a beloved television personality and known animal advocate, seemed completely comfortable with this situation, while Johnny, somewhat less comfortable but committed to the bit, let the elephant investigate him while trying to continue the interview. Dandi the elephant had her own agenda, exploring everything with her trunk, that amazingly dexterous appendage that serves as hand, nose, scent, and communication device all at once.
Come here. Certainly. All right, Dandi, trunk. Get that trunk up and you can't get it. Trunk. All right, Dandi, are you ready to go to work? Are you ready to go to work? Dandi, come here. Now, that's Johnny. You ready to go to work?
The gentle interaction between one of television's smoothest hosts and this juvenile jumbo created a moment of surprising tenderness in the middle of a comedy show, reminding viewers that these animals, for all the potential chaos, were also magnificent creatures deserving of respect and fascination. Number 1. The early days with Kate Reid's Alligator.
Want to try? Seriously, do it just like I said. Put your thing there. Just like that. Okay. Now petty.
Way back in 1968, early in Carson's Tonight Show run, animal trainer Kate Reid brought her American Alligator for a skit. This was before Joan, Embery, and Jim Fowler became regular guests, before these animal segments became a Tonight Show institution. And this was Johnny Carson testing the waters, literally and figuratively, with dangerous wildlife on his show. American alligators are serious predators with powerful jaws and prehistoric presence, so having one on a talk show stage in 1968 was bold programming. Kate Reed, as the trainer, had to manage both the alligator's behavior and Johnny's understandable caution. And the segment worked, proving that audiences loved seeing Carson interact with exotic animals. And that success set the template for thousands of animal appearances that would follow over the next 2 decades.
Back just a second. Now this is
Jim!
That 1968 alligator moment deserves the top spot because it started everything. Without that early success, we might never have gotten Joan Embery's countless appearances, Jim Fowler's Wild Kingdom on stage, or any of the other amazing moments we've discussed. And it was a pioneer segment that showed The Tonight Show could blend education, danger, comedy, and spontaneity into epic entertainment. Johnny Carson's animal segments created some of television's most authentic comedy because these weren't scripted jokes. They were real moments happening in real time with real animals doing unpredictable things. Johnny Carson left us in 2005, but his animal segments remain highlights of his 30-year tenure as The Tonight Show host. Jim Fowler continued his wildlife work until he passed in 2019 at age 89, and Joan Embery, born in 1949, remains active as an animal advocate into the 2000s. Their contributions to entertainment and education through these segments influenced how television presents wildlife and changed what audiences expected from talk shows. These 15 moments represent the best of unscripted television because they remind us that sometimes the funniest comedy comes from putting people in unusual situations and letting reality unfold. If you remember watching these episodes when they first aired, hopefully this brought back some great memories. And if you're discovering these moments for the first time, welcome to a golden age of television when anything could happen, usually did, and a master comedian was there to make it all even funnier. Make sure to like, hype, and subscribe. Have a good day.